everybody. Welcome to This Week in Geek for the week of, what are we in, May 5th, 2014. I'm your host, as always.
Today's May 6th.
I know, but it's the week of May 5th,
Okay.
2014. Thank you, Gio.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm your host, Erik Lucas, joined by always Rachel, Dick, and Jhovani Estrada.
Full function.
And special guest this week, my friend Nathan Maiocco.
Perhaps we should be joined
today.
down to be safe.
Talking some. He will be defending Spider-Man 2 while we just take it to the graveyard and bury it. But first, we want to start talk a little bit about our WonderCon adventure we had a couple weeks ago. We had finally got the video up, so
Yes, we did.
we did. Thanks to Jhovani, actually. Thank you. Good job.
Yeah.
Yes, very
Thank
good.
you, guys.
Yes, thank you.
It was. I was very busy.
Yes, it's fine. So we're going to watch a couple minutes of it, and then you can catch the rest on Cycron.com or our YouTube channel, which is Cycron Media Network. So let's go ahead and play a little bit of it, Jeff. Hey guys, we're here at WonderCon 2014, Anaheim, California, in the Anaheim Convention Center. I'm your host, Erik Lucas. I'm joined today by my good friend,
Cecilia Gutierrez, also known as Raven for the Day. And if you're wondering why the hell I'm so energetic right now, well, pretend that I'm being controlled by happiness because I cannot contain myself. I am freaking out at the moment.
It wouldn't have anything to do with that Adderall we slipped you before, right? That wasn't anything to do? No.
That was a secret.
Secret. Oh. Anyway, we're going to be talking to cosplayers. We're going to be talking to attendees, booth registrants, retailers, everybody you can think of, random people walking by. We're going to grab them off the street and just talk to them. So if you're ready for this kind of action, are they ready for this kind of action?
I don't think they're ready for this.
I don't think you're kind of ready for this kind of action. Let's do it anyway. WonderCon 2014, bitches.
I'm here with Astrid cosplayer
Vash Fanatic, or April, what are you gonna call me?
and hot damn. Can you see all the details about this? Can you even zoom in on this? Because everything is perfection right now.
I'm blushing. No.
Yes, you look amazing.
Thank
so,
you.
Tell me, how long did it take?
About a month altogether.
A month?
Yeah, because everything is handmade. Like skulls are all sculpted. I mean, there's like I think 40 something of these spikes on here. So yeah, it took some time.
Wow. All right. So, oh, sorry there.
No problem.
All right, guys, I am here with Lara Croft from the new Tomb Raider game, not to be confused with the old Tomb Raider / Angelina Jolie movie associated games. Am I right?
Right.
So tell me, how long did you work on the costume? Because it looks amazing. You put insane amount of detail into this.
Probably originally since I came to WonderCon last year, probably a total of 6 months. Just getting the clothes and then finding out the little details, dyeing it, sewing, remaking props, it took me a really long time.
And the time is always at that time. You told me the 5:43 p.m., right? Does that have any significance?
5:43 p.m.
Awesome. So you said WonderCon before. Is this how many? Well, let's just say how many cons in general? Can you count that many, or do you go to like almost everyone you can?
I try to go to everyone I can, but I went to Comic-Con. I've gone to 2 WonderCons, a Kamikaze, and a Long Con. So 5 total.
So out of all of those, which one do you feel is the most rewarding for you? Do you like the bigger ones like Comic-Con and WonderCon, or do you prefer like the Kamikaze Long Beach Comic-Con scene where it's like one room and it's a bunch of, the more hardcore people?
Definitely, I would say the bigger ones, like WonderCon, especially this one. This one's been like my favorite. Comic-Con is just, I love it, don't get me wrong, but it is so crowded nowadays and it is impossible to get a ticket. So I love WonderCon. Kamikaze was a bit small and there weren't as many people there, but I love the vibe from definitely WonderCon's my favorite.
I'm with you on that.
What are you doing here?
Not fighting crime, being kind of lazy. What are you doing here?
This is not happen, okay?
Raven. So what? What's going on, Raven?
I don't know if I want to ask this yet, but
What's going on?
who are you with?
I'm with you.
I better be.
You're showing off a lot of leg, Raven.
Do you want me to wear pants?
No.
Okay.
I like Lady Legolas.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
And everybody's staring.
Everybody's staring at your legs.
Well,
They're really nice.
nice.
They're nice.
Thank you.
I'll admit they're nice legs. Yeah.
your pointy ears aren't bad.
Yeah, thank you.
I'll admit that.
Wow, you've never been this nice to me, Raven. I don't know.
We're in public.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
Alright, so that was one come video put it together
In
for
a
us.
time, darkness,
Very last minute.
Yeah.
It was
When
done by an
fear-
editor before, and he kind of dropped the ball, so GF stepped in and helped us out. So anyways, it's up for your viewing pleasure at Sacron.com or on our YouTube media channel. So, all right, let's get into the news, guys. I feel like there's a lot of pent-up tension that's going to be in this next beginning argument. So the Amazing Spider-Man 2, or as I like to call it, the Sometimes Amazing Spider-Man 2 review, we're going to do that right now. It came out this weekend. Did we see the final grossing numbers before? I want to put a little bit of positive, I guess, before this movie. Wasn't it 97 in the first weekend?
I don't think it made as much as the original Spider-Man 2 did.
Is that what they were?
Yeah,
they
I
was
think that was the
comparing it
big.
to?
Yeah, I think they were comparing it to the original Spider-Man 2.
I mean, I think it made 97. I think I heard 97 million, which is not bad for opening. And that's not even counting worldwide, which it already did 150. So
Yeah, I forgot that.
it's definitely going to be a movie that everybody sees. It's a general audience movie, not a comic book aficionado movie. Let's just start with that, I guess, and we'll go from there. So, so Rachel, would you like to start off the foray? I'll hit the ball over to you. What was your let's do the what is it called? Let's do your favorite moment from the movie. What's the best part about this movie? Before we take it down? Because for me it was the whole, the Gwen Stacy.
And this is going to spoilers, by the way.
Yeah,
we will be-
okay.
yeah.
Well, let's not even try to like.
Big spoiler alert.
Yeah. Okay. So spoiler alert, I guess. Give it 2 seconds. So Gwen Stacy dies in this one. And I think that was the best part of the movie. I know it sounds weird and morbid to say, but it honestly because
their relationship and that chemistry is really what carried that movie when the plot and the other characters were not.
Yes.
See, that's what I thought. I thought there was too much of that. Like, I get it. I get it that you're in love with her and that you can't be with her because you're having nightmares. Oh God, I'm having nightmares of your dead father, whatever, and I can't.
Well, he's guilt-ridden though.
He's
guilt. That's why he's like that.
Yes, but she specifically said, "I don't care. I want to be with you." But no, mopey Peter Parker.
They're always upfront about what they want.
Yeah.
Mopey Peter Parker.
Mopey Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, and this goes back to what I was saying before. Mark Webb, who did 500 Days of Summer, a great movie, but it was what it was. It was a rom-com, and that's what I feel like his style is all of a sudden, because that's exactly what.
Well,
he's
yeah,
trying
it's
to
all
do,
focused on like character interaction,
which is great for the main two characters that really worked in this. But then all of a sudden you have the studio that's saying, "Hey, this is actually a comic book action movie. You need to put all this stuff into it." And it seems like he was just finding places to put the stuff in, rather than weaving it into the story.
Well, it wasn't just Mark Webb. There's like 4 writers
I
attached to this.
understand,
Yeah.
But still, I mean, it's his final. He's the director. Yeah. Right.
Let's talk about. Let's move on.
Okay, let's move on.
What we didn't like.
I guess that's the one thing we all
Where to start?
Where to start? Okay, let's start with the. Let's take this apart as a movie first instead of a comic book movie. The score of this movie was out of control.
It was atrocious.
I liked it. I'm just gonna throw that out there, even though I know people are gonna be like,
I saw that Hans Zimmer was tied to it with it, and then so was
But you couldn't even
the
tell.
Magnificent Six, the Magnificent Six, which I think is
Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell.
Really?
Yeah.
Because they should not do movies anymore then. Like
there was no score. I mean, you think back to like Danny Elfman's score for the Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies, and it's iconic. So and there's no Spider-Man theme.
No, I'm sorry, except when Electro is battling Spider-Man and bouncing him off of the pillars, playing the Itsy Bitsy Spider.
Yeah, I didn't like it. was weird.
Let me.
That was very intricate, like how they weave that into there, though. I mean, like when you're battling. In a Spider-Man battle, you expect some level of comedy too, because he's like always throwing.
Yes, you expect comedy, but you don't expect it to turn into a Saturday morning cartoon. This is a movie.
That's what
obviously
Spider-Man was a Saturday morning.
But this is okay. So now we're taking but this movie has, in a whole, taken out of the movies of. We just saw Winter Soldier. Rachel and I
we were talking about
Okay, that raised the bar up here. Awesome. This movie brought it back down to 1999.
Yeah, this is like some Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Well, they're not the same studio. It's Marvel Studio and Sony Studio. Sony has Spider-Man's rights. So
which I guess I probably feel like Kevin Feige is sitting in his office just gloating right now at this point.
It's like here they try. I mean, when you look at it, when you try to make a movie, you try to make it as realistic as possible. There's no way the Itsy Bitsy Spider is going to be playing off.
No.
No. You're bouncing Spider-Man off.
And the problem is they presented it as a realistic, gritty, dark movie in the trailers, and then all of a sudden we're getting all this crazy comedy mixing. He's wearing a fireman's hat when he's battering Electro for the first time.
Well,
good job, guys.
I actually thought that was kind of funny. I thought that was.
It was just out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, we could talk about the problems with this movie as a movie. The problem, terrible pacing.
The pacing was bad. Yeah.
I was sitting there and I was, God, there can't be that much left of this movie. There was still like an hour and 15 minutes left. Yeah, that was like.
You just keep looking at you. Where are we at in this movie? I don't know.
Yeah. Dane DeHaan.
Also, not just that, but storylines that weren't.
That were like half-baked, like not fleshed out.
And not essential to the whole story.
The nameless pilots and controllers controlling the two planes that are about to crash, we kept flashing to that. Like they actually have dialogue. And
it was like, and then there was the whole...
some kind of suspense.
But why are we care about
but it was like, it was suspense involving a bunch of randoms that we don't care about.
They didn't give us a reason to
You already had so much suspense. You had Gwen Stacy there.
Yes.
You had him fighting Electro, and you had...
That should have been the overall focus of
the Goblin coming in. Why do you need to add much more?
It felt like, this might be weird, but it felt like I was watching one of those live action things like at Magic Mountain when they're doing like the live action Batman things where it's just like we're waiting for the next piece to happen. Okay, you finished with Electro, let's move in the next villain right after that, and Green Goblin's going to fight him now. Then we're going to go to the obligatory sad part. Then let's move in the next villain at the end of the scene of the movie.
I think what happened is the trailers completely like... For people that didn't like the movie, I think it was primarily because of the trailers.
No, it's not because of the trailers.
It was because
the trailers revealed too much.
It does. Well, that's true. I've said that before, but I don't think that's the reason why it failed. That's not why it failed.
Like you said before, the trailer set it up to be a serious type of movie, and then when you saw it, it had all these comedy aspects to it.
But it's like you expect comedy from Spider-Man, but it just was not well placed or well timed.
It didn't work. And like, okay, I'll also see a few of the things like, okay, there's a few funny comments he made. That's what Spider-Man does when he's fighting crime. He makes little quips, right? But you don't need the over-the-tops. Okay, can I go back to the score again real quick?
Yeah.
So the first one was when Electro was having this like his coming out moment where he's becoming Electro in the middle of Times Square, and all of a sudden you start playing Tiddlywinks. I feel like.
They also did it. They also did it during his little birthday scene where he kind of brings it right
where he does his best Jim Carrey as the Riddler in Batman Forever.
Yes.
When he's getting in the elevator.
No, not there.
No, when he's in his weird little room and he's like talking to his little
Spider-Man. In his house.
They're referring back to that moment, referring back to the person who was Electro, and now they.
It was just such his whole performance.
That person was destroyed.
I think if they were going to do that, they shouldn't have got Jamie Foxx.
The performance just, I don't know, it felt so out of place. The entire thing felt so over the top for a movie that's.
Jamie Foxx looked really uncomfortable in the role.
I feel like he didn't know what he was doing. I mean, Dane DeHaan, who
do you guys like his
Harry,
voice?
Electro?
Yeah.
It changed so often. I could tell.
Changed it. Yeah. Like if the whole movie was with his regular Jamie Foxx voice,
where they just overmodulated and give it a little reverb. Yeah. I mean that works as Electro. I don't know.
But the guy Dane DeHaan who played Harry.
Yeah.
He was terrible.
Yeah.
Right? We all agreed. Yeah, that was terrible.
Maybe I just like that guy a lot. I mean, I love him.
He was really good in Chronicle because
as an actor in general.
Because I don't know.
He's a brooding.
That was
I think he was better than James Franco. I'm just going to throw that out there. I think he was better Harry Osborn than James Franco.
I don't know. I like James Franco. I mean, I don't know. This is the same argument I have about the whole Spider-Man thing. I mean, yeah, Andrew Garfield's the better one, but because we're basing it between him and Tobey Maguire,
who was pretty much the worst possible choice for Spider-Man. But I still think that the first two Sam Raimi Spider-Man movies are miles
Number
better.
2, we talked about this in the pre-show. Number 2 is, I think, stands in my mind as the best Spider-Man movie yet to date.
Yeah.
Yes.
Number 2, the original number 2, Spider-Man 2, with Dr. Octopus and.
I think what they tried to do with the planes was, thinking about it now, was they tried to do what they did with the train, where Spider-Man was fighting. Who was he fighting?
Oh,
on
and
top
number,
of the
He was
train?
fighting Doc Ock.
He was fighting
Oh,
Doc Ock.
two?
It was in Doc Ock. Yeah, he was fighting Doc Ock on top of the train, and he ends up leave, but he has to fight. He has the time to where the bridge ends and the train falls.
But he was actually directly involved
Yes.
with those people. It wasn't. He wasn't even
Yeah.
aware of this plane.
Yeah, so it
thing
was just
happening.
weird. It was out of place.
Yeah, I understand it was like to give it
Yeah.
suspense, but it was like
Yeah.
felt so unnecessary.
And
because
who?
of a bunch of-
I'm sorry, but what mission control, airline control routes?
stopwatch?
Routes two planes on the same path level. Is that a common thing?
That
know.
is a common thing, actually.
Is
there?
it?
The
Yeah.
air traffic
I think
control,
that is
that's
true.
why
'Cause
they're
they
always
do.
there.
They do kind of fly by each other really close.
Okay, yeah, but I mean, directly in the sign, or do they be like, oh, you need to move up a few flights?
Right, that's usually how it works.
Okay.
That was okay,
Well,
but I
yeah.
just thought the stopwatch thing was
I
funny.
mean,
where it's like,
another
clock it.
issue I had was I feel like they spent way too much time focusing on Electro as a villain and not enough time developing Harry as a real character so that when he makes his turn into the villain that it feels genuine, that it feels engaging.
It didn't feel rushed.
That was true. Like,
And
it
and
was
the
rushed.
and the whole other thing, yeah, the whole other thing with the Harry Osborn is that he comes back in the beginning of the movie. They established via dialogue that he hasn't seen him in what is it, almost 10 years, 9 years.
Yes.
And then literally 2 scenes later, after they have their whole rock skipping thing, he's trying to have an emotional moment with him. And he goes, "He's my best friend."
Yeah.
Really? Who is so?
I feel
what?
like that was the problem with so much of the exposition, and that it was there was no like show don't tell. It was like all of the exposition came across as very clunky and very obvious.
Yeah, get it all out
See,
there
what
on the table.
They got to do is they got to keep the Spider-Man lore, but like still do a whole new movie. Like they never introduced Harry in the first movie.
I know.
Like,
I didn't
I feel
understand.
what they should have done.
Well, we've talked about why they didn't do
Yeah.
that, because the
At least,
first
like,
movie
put him
was
in there.
just rush and get it to theaters. They didn't really have
Right,
anything.
but they didn't.
for it.
I feel like they spent way too much on Gwen and Peter in this film, and they already established they liked each other and they don't like each other.
But
now.
I mean, it kind of makes sense considering how it ends, where it's like you want this emotional impact to hit as hard as you
Considering
can.
where
Which
the
I
movie
mean,
was ending
I
up.
feel like when you listen to like all of her dialogue, like her speech she's giving at graduation, you can just tell that they're trying to lay it on as heavy as possible
very
with,
thick,
with
very
the
thick.
with the sentimentality, so that you know that like when she dies, it's gonna be super.
I mean, we all knew it was gonna
melodramatic.
happen.
yes.
But like when that scene was going though, in your mind you were like, well, maybe they won't do it. Maybe they won't.
Yeah, no, I
And
knew it
then
was gonna
it-
happen.
oh, okay.
I had already spoiled myself from the European.
Now,
one, so I
when-
knew.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I went.
Though going back to the Electro thing too, though, I saw after we went off the air last week, I knew that was going to happen because in Brazil, in South America, they released the movie under the title "The Amazing Spider-Man 2: Rise of Electro." So I knew it was going to be all about Electro going into the movie, and we weren't going to see.
But it's like
anything
we
different
have
from
no. Electro has no personal connection to Spider-Man. That's why I don't understand why they spent so much time, so much of the movie focusing on that. Like, okay, well, let's talk
He
about.
bumped into him. He saved him in the very beginning.
Yeah.
That's how they established.
Yeah,
or
it wasn't
tried to.
like-
very clunkily established.
Harry should have been the main antagonist,
He should have been.
and
yeah.
Electro should have been the supporting.
Yeah, and who, for God knows, we know Rhino's now. Well, we'll read that later today. But I mean, we know now that Rhino's going to be one of the.
What was the
Sinister
point of
Six.
even selling him as a villain
I don't know.
in
They
this
shouldn't have
movie?
even put him in this movie. They should have not advertised him and just let it be like a surprise at the end. Like, oh, God, look, there's Rhino, and I guess he's going to be in the next movie. But instead, they sold it as his 3 greatest foes. Really? For 2 minutes? Like,
the trailers ruined this.
yeah,
movie,
it's, yeah. Well, that was just marketing. That was one of the posters. That
Yeah.
showed it. Yeah. Okay.
It was just cluttered with a lot of enemies.
And the whole.
Oh, when we
subplot-
saw we
anyone
saw
know
Alistair Smith or Smythe or whatever
Does anyone
for
know who
one
the
scene.
6th person's gonna be?
We're gonna
Like,
read. We're reading. Yeah, we're gonna read about it in a minute.
All right.
So what? I mean, what else? The subplot about him trying to find out who killed his parents,
His father,
what
yeah.
happened to his dad.
He finally found out what happened.
But
to
it's
his
like
dad.
the opening scene of the movie is exactly what happens to his parents.
Right.
We already know.
Well, we know, but he doesn't.
and then we
Rachel.
have to spend 40 minutes of him putting together all of this
Oh,
information.
but wait!
that
But when
we
he's putting
already
together this
know.
awesome wall, like in a CSI film, we have a coming-of-age song play over it, like he's
Yeah.
about to go to college. I
Which he
can't
never
take it.
Some
attended.
lyrics fit that sort of scene.
Does
That's the
not
only
fit
reason
that
why.
scene. It
Like,
should have been more
yes,
dramatic.
Which I want to mention, he never attended school, even though
Who?
his aunt, Spider-Man.
Oh.
Even though his Aunt May was going to work for him because he wanted to go to school, but he
Well, she
never
was
attended.
saving for him to go to college. That's what she said.
No, she said she was going for him to go to.
Oh
like,
yeah, because she was
while
getting
attending.
2 jobs,
Yeah.
and going to be a medical.
Yeah.
Blah blah blah.
I don't know.
And he never ended up in college. Yeah, because how many months passed in this movie? several, right? Like 3 months passed in the time.
Yeah. Well, you expect him to go to college when his girlfriend died? How
No,
are you gonna
but she
focus
was
on your
she was going off to college, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'm done now. I'm exhausted.
Let's move on.
All right, so there's the Amazing Spider-Man 2, and if you want to go see it, then go see it, I guess.
See it in 3D also.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, Jesus.
that probably would have been. I did not see it in 3D,
Yeah,
but I
we
feel like
none-
if I had
it
seen it in
enhance it a little
3D,
bit.
that would have been the most enjoyable part because I still, even when Spider movies are bad, there's still that
The action
rush that you get
sequence.
when you
It wasn't
when
that
you're
great.
watching Spider-Man swing through the city.
I
That
saw it in
Yes,
3D.
those opening scenes in 3D.
The problem
just,
is,
like,
Rachel, with
immerse
these kind of
yourself.
movies, when they're done into the post
Yeah,
processing, it's not good.
I know. I saw the Avengers in
Okay,
3D, and I know
okay.
that was post. But I mean, if you spend enough time doing it, you can make it look passable.
Yeah. But do you think they spent? What do you think, Gio? You saw it in 3D.
Did it look good?
Yeah.
It looked like any other
Did you see
3D.
it in
Yeah.
regular 3D or IMAX 3D?
I got to see it in IMAX 3D. Yeah.
All right.
Anyway.
Anyways, let's move on.
Hurt feelings. aside.
Hurt feelings aside. You guys want to talk about this Marvel thing where Joe
Skip it.
Bethesda bashes Man
Skip
of
it.
Steel?
No.
That was kind of funny. That's a
Wait,
cool, that's a
what
cool read. The Marvel CCO, he bashed the Man of Steel the movie, but I feel that's so in the past. I'm not even sure why anybody asked him
Yeah.
about it. I just
Why
thought it
are
was a
people
funny
still
read.
talking about the Man of Steel movie? Like,
Because the next one is being
Zack
done by
Snyder,
Zack
yeah.
Snyder, and actually the next two.
The next, yeah.
All right, so let's talk about video games. We were just talking pre-show. We should talk more video games. Assassin's Creed movie. It's going forward. We mentioned the Assassin's Creed a couple weeks ago. They are currently in talks with Justin Kurzel to direct the film. He did Macbeth, I guess, which he also directed Fassbender. So did you guys see Macbeth, the one he did?
I didn't know.
I have no.
I don't know what it is.
For a second, I thought
I mean,
it
I know
said
what Macbeth
Alice
is.
Cooper.
I do not.
Huh?
For a second, I thought instead of Adam Cooper, it said Alice Cooper. and I was
Alice
like,
Cooper
yeah,
is
we're-
yeah.
yeah.
It still bothers me that Michael Fassbender is even in this movie. Like, are we gonna see him as Altair, like jumping
assume
around
so.
in like Damascus,
Probably.
in the Middle East?
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
or maybe who knows? Maybe
I'm
they'll
inter-
maybe they'll set this as the other part of the story where they're actually in Astergo.
I'm interested to see if he actually plays both roles in this movie. You know how they use like a relative,
Oh,
and
right.
instead he'll be jumping into himself, and they'll even cast him as both
That's
the
true.
That would
character.
be a clever idea. Yeah.
I
don't
feel
know
like
if
that
I
would
like
make the
that.
most sense.
It would, but I don't know
That's
if I
how
like
it
Or
was
if,
Yeah.
I mean, if he's playing Desmond, which whatever, then it would make sense for him to like play Altair or play Ezio.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't obviously make sense because Michael Fassbender is white, and none of the main characters in any of the Assassin's Creed games are white.
Right.
So
Except
don't know
for
if
the
I like
pirate guy. Alright.
yeah,
Yeah, the pirate guy was
yeah.
white.
Connor? Is it Connor?
No, Connor's Assassin's Creed 3.
Okay.
Well, and technically he wasn't. Well, I mean that's
Yeah,
a whole bunch of.
it's
lore
another-
we don't
yeah.
wanna get into.
So anyways, Assassin's Creed's got a new director, so that should be. We'll see what happens with that.
I don't know.
You have the pictures for the stuff you highlighted. Got it. I get it. Not that way. Star Wars Episode 7 hasn't. They're looking for a female lead to cast. I know Rachel was very upset last week.
So was
when they-
everyone else.
Yeah.
You saw the. I mean, you.
So
saw
I don't know what this picture is. I don't know why it's there.
Probably fan. But I mean,
Art.
speaking of that, I
So
mean,
that's good, right? I mean, we're happy about that.
well,
Great,
I
we
mean,
get like 2.
Yeah.
well, I just wanted to mention that on Star Wars Day, J.J. Abrams and one of the producers
They
released
put a
that
little
video,
video out, yeah.
and J.J. Abrams said we're still looking into casting,
Yeah.
something along those lines. So, more power, bring
Mm-hmm.
on more casting. Billy D. Williams.
Now,
You're not going to stop until you get the Billy D. Williams, are you?
Lando.
Go ahead, Nate. What do you want to say?
Well, I just wanted to ask, like, this is like happening after
Return of the Jedi. Yeah,
Yes.
it's like 30 something years later or something like that.
30
30
so
years.
they're not even gonna have any of the original cast.
No,
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
they are. Mark
Everybody's
Hamill,
returning.
Carrie Fisher, and Harrison Ford are all in it, and I know.
Along with
Yeah.
the original R2D2, 3CPO,
Chewbacca.
and Chewie. Yeah.
So it's like, and I know.
The guys who played their voices and did their animation.
Yeah.
Well, and in R2D2's case, no, they were both actually in the suits.
Yeah.
But no, from apparently Han Solo and probably Princess Leia have pretty substantial roles
Yeah.
in Episode 7.
Well, I mean, I don't know if
They're going to
anyone-
kill him off finally.
I don't know if anyone read any of the like Star Wars books
Um,
that
Which-
supposedly come after.
But yeah, they
They've said they're
made
not
that
gonna do
announcement
that, right?
recently that they
That's
are
not
not
canon.
considering those canon now.
What? How
Yeah.
are they not? Like the whole Star Wars universe was.
because they want to rewrite it. They want to just do their own thing now. So
They need to make a
That-
trilogy
see,
out of
that's-
it.
oh,
We're gonna get to it.
Yeah, so we're not. I mean, we're not gonna have like Mara Jade is not gonna be in it. We're not gonna have. I mean, Boba Fett's dead. There's no Boba Fett climbing. There's no Boba Fett climbing out of the Sarlacc and going on adventures with who was it, Dengar?
He flew out.
He did. He flew out in the movies, right?
Yeah, when they did the pros. I think in one one of the redos that
No,
said they showed him
no,
flying out.
no.
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 Am I crazy about that?
No, that would have been a huge deal.
I guess. Look at.
I don't know, man. Maybe I think I might have read about it.
Yeah. Maybe it was one of those things where it was gonna happen, but then Lucas got so much flack that he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like
he's the only one that actually escaped out of one of those.
A Sarlacc?
Yeah,
supposedly in the EU, he's like the only person who's ever been able to escape from a Sarlacc.
Oh, well there you go.
Where they digest you for 1,000 years.
Yes. All right, moving on. So the Hulk's Tim Blake is going to join the Fantastic Four, and we're waiting for this website to load. Do you have this picture, Jeff? Well, they can talk about what we talk about. Oh, it just went stupid. There he is. It's from the Incredible Hulk. He's going to be in the Fantastic Four. It's just casting news, just some quick hits.
The leader?
No, they've already done everything else. It's I don't know.
Is he going to be his supervillain character, or is he going to be the doctor that he played in the Hulk?
No. It's just him as.
Yeah, they're not the same studio, so.
Yeah, remember Fantastic Four is owned by.
It's just a coincidence that he's in both of these movies.
Fox.
Have they talked about like whole Michael B. Jordan, Johnny Storm, and
how
his sister?
They're not going to be biologically related.
Right. No, I haven't heard that yet.
Okay, they haven't talked about that.
No.
Okay.
And why everyone is so young.
Oh, here's his character. You play Harvey Elder, who's described as an eccentric and socially awkward scientist. Oh, he's going to play Electro. Okay, sorry.
So eventually becomes Mole Man.
Yay, Mole Man. That's going to be their villain? Okay. Well,
Well, it said that the Mole Man will not appear in the movie, but that's...
Oh, so it's setting up. I got it. Just
You
like
gotta do a trilogy, dude.
everything's got to be a trilogy.
Yeah.
Or
quadrilogy.
That's when the reboot happens.
All right, so you guys know who Aaron Williamson is?
No, scroll down so I know what he looks like.
He's going to be the T-800 in Terminator Genesis.
That's fan made, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They don't have a poster yet. They don't have anything for it yet. He's going to be a T-800. Let's see. I guess he's going to be like another version of Schwarzenegger, just like they kind of did in Terminator Salvation, where they used somebody else's body and they digitally impose Schwarzenegger's face on it.
I can't get excited about this new Terminator.
No?
No.
Well, is
I'll
it
have
because
to see
Terminator
some.
Salvation was so bad?
No, it's because my heart still belongs to the Sarah Connor Chronicles.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
They canceled that.
I know! It's like 5 years ago.
really
and I'm
good.
still bitter about it.
Anger.
And they left it off at
The worst cliffhanger I've ever seen. I will never get over that shit.
Damn you, Fox.
They had no faith in Summer Glau.
No, it was between a second season of Dollhouse, which was the lowest rated show they've ever renewed since the 70s, and a third season of the Sarah Connor
Dollhouse,
Chronicles.
J.J. Abrams.
No,
Dollhouse
Joss
was
Whedon.
Joss Whedon.
And
I think that's what happened.
They picked Dollhouse because it was cheaper to produce. And then that ended up getting canceled after that season anyway. But it's like I've become so attached to the Sarah Connor Chronicles that I just can't. The movies now, they just don't do it for me.
Well, also in Terminator Genesis, more casting is Doctor Who's Matt Smith, one of the doctors, one of the more likable doctors, if
11.
I know my lore from Doctor Who. He's going to be in it also. It doesn't say who he's going to play, so.
He's going to play Doctor Who.
Wow!
He's
He's
gonna
going
play a
to come
doctor.
in and he's going to solve the whole crisis.
He's gonna play a doctor.
So here's the full. If you don't remember from previous, Amelia Clarke is going to play Sarah Connor. Jason Clarke is going to play John Connor. Jai Courtney is going to be Kyle Reese. Was Kyle Reese in Salvation?
Yes.
That's who that was.
It was Anton Yelchin.
So they're really changing everything except for Arnold's character. And then Day Okene.
Is it
Danny Dyson.
I don't know if you said this or not. Is it going to be Arnold that's
Yeah, right
in
there.
here, or is it
Yeah.
gonna be
Yeah.
Who's Jason
Okay.
Clarke? Do we have Jason Clarke?
Do we have? Well, we don't, but I could.
Can you pull that up real quick? I'm
Sure.
interested to see if they might do like a future
He's
past type
he's
thing.
it's like sir, he's gonna be older than Sarah.
Oh, that dude?
So they might do like a past future thing. Wow.
Oh, well, it deals with a lot of time
He
travel.
does
so
not
I
look
know.
like
Like a John Connor?
to
No.
me.
Should we see who plays Sarah Connor?
We know,
No,
it's
that's-
Daenerys Targaryen.
Oh, right. I'm sorry. And then
Yeah.
Jai Courtney and Kyle Reese. Do we know
Yeah,
what
Jai Courtney, he
looks
was
like?
on a Spartacus.
Sand and Blood and Sand or something. There he is.
I have no idea who that is.
Oh, he was in gosh, he's been in a lot of
He was in
like
Die
big
Hard.
characters. Yeah,
he was in the new
that
Die Hard
movie.
Yeah, he played
Oh,
John
his
McClane's
son,
kid. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, very good. So, any Doctor Who fans, I guess, will be happy.
I mean, yeah, I like Matt Smith, and it's interesting. He's the lead in Ryan Gosling's directorial debut too. So
The one with
he's kind of making his way into
Movies.
Oh, so he's
American
transitioning
movies now.
Yeah.
So is
that the one where
so
he's
is
bald?
yes.
Yes. Okay.
And so is Karen Gillan, who played his first companion.
Yeah, and she will be
Right,
in
she's gonna be
Guardians
in
of
Guardians of
Galaxy.
the Galaxy. Yeah, that's her first one. David Goyer.
Actually, it's not her first one. She
Oh,
was
sorry.
in. Sorry, I hate to go back. Yeah, but
she was in that horror
Oculus.
movie, yeah, which
Oculus.
was actually
Oh, that was good. Did you guys see Oculus?
I
I heard it was
Did we talk about
good.
this? I saw it. Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
I liked it.
It was good.
Yeah,
gonna
it's
have to check it out.
surprising
I heard it
for a
was good.
WWE Studios movie.
for like a first
Those
3
WWE
months
Studios.
for
Really?
first 3 months of the
Yes.
year horror
Who
movie.
also put out such great ones as the Marine and things like that. Yeah, yeah.
So
So,
talk shit about the Marine.
well, okay. So don't tell me you like the Marine. Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
saying like people who like the Marine
Like
are
the
Marines,
Marine.
so they.
Oh,
would
is
be
that
like,
what that was?
This guy doesn't appreciate our what we do for this country.
Okay.
There's been some great Marine and war movies that have come out. I mean,
Lone
Lone
Soldier,
Soldier.
I heard was good.
Yeah,
I didn't-
Lone Survivor?
Lone Survivor. Yeah, Lone Soldier.
Lone Survivor was pretty good.
So David Goyer, who did Batman Begins and Man of Steel, is going to be writing The Fantastic Voyage, which is James Cameron.
Is this actually going to happen? Because James Cameron's been talking about
Yes.
things that he's going to be making that, like he talked about Battle Angel.
Well, he's
Alita
apparently
for a few
taking on
years.
the script. That probably means that whoever wrote it last time, James Cameron didn't like it, and so he said, "Go hire me a new writer."
I also thought James Cameron said that he wasn't going to make any more movies that were not Avatar sequels. He has said this, but he definitely goes back on his word a lot.
It says this movie has been in development for years, but Cameron and his production team still haven't given up on it. The plan is to use the same 3D technology that the director used in his Avatar films. So there.
But
James Cameron does not do things for everybody. James Cameron
does things for James Cameron. Yeah. I mean, he's going to be tied into the Avatar sequels for, I don't know, the next 5 or 6 years.
Yeah,
If they're making
yeah.
3 more.
They're making three. They're making
Yeah.
3 and
Avatars.
considering a prequel, so probably 4.
What?
Yes.
There's going to be 4 in total.
Yeah, 4 in total.
Well, they're going to go into like other apparently other
The
planets.
next one's going to be
Underwater,
The next
focused
one's
on-
going to be underwater on where they're already on.
which is
Pandora.
actually going to be really cool.
Yeah.
Probably.
I didn't like Avatar, so
I
I'm
actually-
kind
You
of.
didn't like
I really
Avatar?
liked Avatar.
Oh, I liked Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah, I liked it.
I loved Avatar.
Yeah.
All right, so that's it for our casting. Let's go to the production quality, production news, and stuff like that. So the Sinister Six, we were talking about a little bit before. Here we
Yes.
go. Here's the unveiling. If you haven't seen it, heard about it.
You had to Shazam to get these images.
Yeah, well, I didn't. I waited till somebody put it up.
Why would you do that?
There you go. So as I thought, well, it's now Sandman is and Mysterio's cool. So anyways,
I want to see Mysterio
wait,
in a
so
so
Spider-Man
here's the
movie.
actual photos.
That's Rhino.
There's Rhino.
Oh wait, no, that's
That looks
Goblin.
like-
Sorry, that
This
was
one is
Goblin.
Oh, because
yeah.
of the glider.
Yeah.
There's Doc Ock, I assume. right?
Yes.
Why is it so dark?
That is.
Because they're trying to keep it
Keep
secret.
It a secret.
Who is this?
She was
Rhino.
what it is.
That's Rhino.
That's
That's
Rhino.
definitely
That's the horn.
yeah.
There's Vulture.
Vulture.
That's Craven. That's his.
Yeah, Craven the Hunter.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's.
That's got to be Mysterio.
Mysterio.
Actually, that looks like Chameleon.
Yeah, but from.
It could be Chameleon. Oh yeah, from the picture up at the top.
So the
But
only
they
one
don't
that's
have-
not Sandman. I don't know why. Somebody probably just. This is probably just.
Was Scorpion part of the Sinister Six?
He wasn't the original.
Not the
He
original.
Not
was
the
there, but he
original?
wasn't one of the original.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's probably gonna be Mysterio.
Because that if I were to look at anything that you could say that's Scorpion.
Yeah, it's
Like if-
This
they
one?
got all like the mech suit.
This one?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
could say if that because
that's thing.
Scorpion uses his full body mass. That could be like scales and stuff.
Should we see what the guy thinks it is? Let's see.
He thinks it's Chameleon.
And Mysterio or maybe the Chameleon.
Yeah.
So basically exactly what you guys said.
Yeah.
Yeah, we kind of already knew about Vulture and Doc Ock. Craven, I'm surprised at. We'll see what they do with an older character like
Wasn't
that.
Vulture?
Yeah.
Vulture was actually he was originally going to be the villain in Spider-Man 4.
Right.
And you can actually remember a few years back they had the
they had-
production notes that they released.
They had the production note. Didn't they have? Wasn't there a picture of somebody as him too?
Who was it? It was
So-
someone weird.
It was
Wasn't it? Like,
Ben Kingsley or something.
Yeah.
It was.
Wait, what?
When Spider-Man 4 was like in full production before Sam Raimi pulled out.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No, because I remember reading like the production notes that like somebody
Yeah.
had leaked, and there was like talking about how Vulture was going to use like, it was going to be like, basically like technology like in the movie Avatar, and it was literally like someone wrote on the script, "This is too much like Avatar. We can't do this." Where it's like
don't
somebody
remember
sits
this.
in like the neural
Uh-huh.
like thing, and it like projects their brain onto like another body.
Oh,
And they were like,
weird.
they were literally like, "We can't use this. They just use this
They
in
just
Avatar."
did this.
So,
So that was back like 2009, 2010
Wow,
when Spider-Man 4 was.
was still a thing.
So
thing.
the Sinister Six. Are we getting Amazing Spider-Man 3, the Sinister Six,
No,
or are we getting
they're two
the
separate
Sinister
movies.
Six?
Well, we're getting Spider-Man 3 first. and
Who are
Sinister
they
6 is
fighting?
2018. Spider-Man 3?
Who
is the
are the
Sinister
Sinister Six fighting?
Oh, I don't know.
I just hope they don't do it like how they have the superior foes of Spider-Man with the new Sinister Six. I don't know if you follow that, but like it's more like a comedy sort of thing. Like they have these supposedly superior foes, and they can't do anything. Like it's just a lot of.
It's like.
Yeah, that's how it was before in the original comics. They were
Well, yeah, I hope that's not what
Six
they're
up,
gonna
six
be
down,
making
that's kinda
into
like
this
the-
movie.
yeah, I don't know.
Huh,
Anyway,
okay.
so the images are
Spider-Man
cool.
movies.
That's a cool little teaser. And it says they're going to start shooting in January of 2015. I didn't even know they already had a.
I don't know. It
Cast
seems like
and
it's so
script.
early. Cause
It says they're still finalizing the script. Well, it could. I mean, they do want to churn these out quick. I know it's 2016 is a hard set date. They have May something 2016 for Spider-Man 3.
So when's the release for?
Oh, there it is.
it's
Spider-Man?
just everyone's living in the shadow of Marvel Studios and their 5 years of planning.
I don't know. DC trying so desperately to
Uh,
catch up.
so, anyways, you guys like those characters?
That's interesting. Some of the pictures
Who's
said
it?
complete, and then some of the other ones said downloading.
Downloading, yeah.
I wonder if that has anything to do with some of the characters that have already been shown.
Could be. Well, Rhino's. I don't know. I don't even know what they're gonna do, to be honest. All right.
Have Rhino for 3 minutes, then leave him.
So big news. If Lou Ferrigno apparently says Marvel is planning a solo Hulk movie, even though Marvel said they're not doing a solo Hulk movie.
Yes.
So I don't know what to think.
I don't know how reliable of a source Lou Ferrigno is in this situation.
Well, unless they
He's
casted
the
him
voice
for
of
the
Hulk.
voice.
Well, yeah, he's the voice of the Hulk, but I mean,
Only
So while talking to a local radio station in Minnesota, Lou Ferrigno said Marvel is playing on another one. Here's his exact quote. Quote, now because he saved the day, they're making another solo Hulk movie after the second Avengers.
They're doing Planet Hulk. I'm calling it right
haven't
now.
they talked about that though?
They're doing Planet Hulk.
That's not the
I
first time I've
seriously
heard
hope
about
so.
this.
They're doing
That
Planet
was one
Hulk.
of my favorite Hulk franchises.
There it is right there. He said this guy says he put his money on Planet Hulk.
Yeah.
It was rumored last year, even though Marvel and Joss Whedon denied it. Yeah, so there you go. It could be.
Yeah,
That'd be cool.
they're doing Planet Hulk.
That's the one where he gets
Via
captured and
Latino
taken-
Review again, man.
Yeah, Latino Review is
Yeah.
insane, man. They just
We should getting our sources from Latino Review.
they're so great.
Yeah.
All right, so that's cool. I mean, I kind of took him at their word when Marvel said we're not doing another Hulk movie. That's why they were kind of trying to
They said
venture into
that?
these. Yeah,
Well, they don't have Iron Man anymore.
they
They're
have
not-
to do something.
Yeah, they have. They need
You
more.
know what probably happened is that when the Avengers happened and Hulk became such a huge like fan favorite of that movie, they probably like somebody within the studio said, hey, we should maybe capitalize.
We
on
have a
this.
good Mark
We have
Ruffalo.
another
I saw people
property,
talking about
yeah.
this, about how Sebastian Stan, who plays Bucky,
Yes.
has signed on for 9 more movies.
What?
9 more Marvel movies?
Yeah, he has a 9-picture deal with Marvel, and how Chris Evans only has 3 more movies left on his contract.
So he's gonna be the new Captain
So they're
America.
probably going to go with that plot.
That's fine. That's happened
That's
before.
usually- yeah.
That happened-
And it's
that's
kind of, I
happened
feel like
before.
Chris
Yeah.
Evans is also, he's not subtle about the fact that he really does not want to be,
No, he's done after this.
he does not want to be an actor.
Oh really? Oh, he wants to
He's-
direct now. Yeah.
Yeah, he kind of wants to, I kind of get that vibe that he
He
kind of
already
wants to
he
step
already
back.
is directing. He's directing something that's coming out this year.
Yeah, we mentioned that.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind that. I mean, I did I read or watch? There was an interview with him where he kind of just like seemed kind of disenfranchised about
Yeah.
talking about. They're like, oh, well, are you gonna come back as Captain America? If they ask, and he's just like, no. He's like, my deal is my deal, and that's why I signed that deal, and I'm not, I'm gonna fulfill that deal, and that's it. That's so.
Yeah, I've always gotten the vibe that he's not really a fan of like big studio movies. Like his favorite movie that he's ever been in was the movie Sunshine, and he's always anytime he brings it
What?
up.
Not another teen movie was not his favorite.
Sunshine is also my favorite movie that he's ever been in, but he always talks about how like 7 people in the world saw it when it came out.
And you're one of 7. I wouldn't mind. He's a good Captain America though. At least he puts effort into his acting. So.
Hope they take him out pretty good though.
In number
Well,
3.
doesn't he get like trapped in time or something like that, and that's when Bucky comes
There's
in?
been several different.
Yeah, where he dies.
He's been killed by Iron Man. He's been killed by other heroes or villains in the things.
Wasn't the guy they have an arrow? No, sorry.
Hawkeye?
No, the guy who was in Colin Farrell's character in
Bullseye.
Bullseye. I thought he killed him at one
He
point.
might.
Yeah.
There's been he's died several times. They just keep bringing him back. So.
Yeah, that's sort of the Marvel thing is that they kill Captain America, but bring him back almost.
I know. They can't give everyone their biggest properties. All right, moving on. Michael Myers. He's going to return to the big screen in Halloween 3D, guys.
Is this another Rob Zombie?
Woo!
Or is this a completely separate? Is this like another reboot?
It's I think it's a reboot. The Michael Myers saga, Halloween 3D, same 3D concept for the movie's development over 3 years ago. Looks like they're ready to jump back in and make it happen. Here's what the studio had to say. Our sources, or here's what Bloody Disgusting had to say. Our sources on the Kane's stopping ground tells us exclusively that the Weinstein Company is once again looking to get Halloween 3D off the ground. So there's no other. That's the news. So we don't know.
Whatever.
No script, no director. So I'm assuming it's not Rob Zombie. He's probably not going to come do a Halloween 3D. So if you're a Michael Myers fan, I'm sorry for you. I don't know. That's the one where you guys said was horrible, right? The reboot.
No, we were talking about Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
But I also hated the Halloween reboot.
Also, Texas Chainsaw Massacre was another one of those.
And Nightmare on Elm Street was terrible.
The reboot for
Wait a minute, Texas Chainsaw.
all right.
Which one? There was 2, right? That came out. I don't remember.
The one that's on Netflix is terrible.
I just remember there was one. Was it 10 years ago that came out when they redid Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
That was like the original remake.
I like that one. Was that one?
And then there was one that they did
good,
more
right?
recently.
Are you talking about like 2005?
Yes.
Yeah, something around
I like
those
that
lines.
one.
It's somewhere in
That
that
was
year. I'm not
good.
sure. Yeah, that one was good.
I haven't seen any other ones.
There's one
There
on
was the
Netflix.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like the beginning or something
I
like
didn't
that.
see that.
Check out the one on Netflix.
No.
Was that the one that you were talking about
Yeah.
that wasn't that good?
Yeah.
I didn't like that one
Yeah.
either.
It's
Yeah.
on Netflix right now.
All right. So Mad Max Fury Road has had a screening. Did you get to go to it, Gio?
No, I did not.
This movie has
This is
been
what
in
probably one of
production
those
for
survey
Mad
screenings.
Max this
Forever.
later on.
Dang, Gio, you should have gotten.
Dude, to get survey screenings are tough.
So there's a still.
Tom Hardy.
Mad Max Fury Road. Apparently, let's see. This is from Action Figure Times. It's kind of just a rundown of what people are thinking. 30 years of Miller holding in passion for a world they built long ago.
Sounds like people were pretty
They're
enthusiastic
pretty.
about it.
These are somewhat positive from these
Surprised
tweeters.
people know what Mad Max is. Like,
This movie, I guess is it a sequel?
I believe so.
Because this
Right,
has
it's a
been this has
30-year
been in
sequel.
production
Yeah.
since for like probably like 4 or 5 years.
Action
now.
intense is another quote. Hard to explain. 4th film in George Miller's Road Warrior Mad Max franchise, and it's co-written and directed by him. So, actually, I'm kind of excited. I don't know if you guys saw Did you guys see the original Mad Max? Like that was dope.
oh, wait.
They're making a video game too, if I remember.
Based on this new one or?
No, I think just based on their own.
Based on the
story.
franchise?
Yeah. For PS4, they showed it when they did the PS4 launch last year.
It'd be crazy if it's like an MMO, Mad Max.
I don't think
That
it is.
That would be
That would be
awesome.
pretty
I don't think
awesome.
it is.
If they don't make it, it'll be canceled.
So did you guys see the working title for Star Wars Episode 7 before I click this link?
No.
Ah.
This
Okay.
is exciting.
All right, so I'll do it.
I love this city, and I see it going to hell.
Oh.
The Ancient Fear.
All right. Well, that sounds like an extended universe novel.
It could be good or not. Obviously, they're referring to the Sith, right? Like the Sith are coming back.
The Ancient Fear. So gather from that what you may. What do you think, Gio?
I don't know. It's
I don't
just word salad. Doesn't really,
Word
Seems
salad.
like a
Doesn't-
long title.
doesn't really mean anything.
Star
to
Wars
me.
Episode 7,
The Ancient
The
Fear.
Ancient Fear.
Star Wars Episode
5, The
There
Empire
are a
Strikes
lot
Back.
of, like,
Star Wars Episode 3.
Revenge
Revenge of the Sith.
Eh.
Just saying.
I'm not going to base a movie based on the title.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this may not even be the final title either.
Yeah.
So.
Except there was a movie, I think there was with starring Sylvester Stallone that I thought had a really bad title. I can't remember what it was.
Was it that one that just came out with him and Schwarzenegger when they're
No,
trying to escape
no.
from prison?
No, it's a little older
that
back.
was
He had
bad.
snake tattoos on his face, I think, at one point.
All right, so that's a working title. It could be changed obviously at some point, but
Yeah.
it's
I
not
just-
bad.
They
No,
could-
I mean, we don't know what the movie's about, so I mean, it's probably referring to Sith, but since we don't.
The ancient fear. Maybe they'll bring
They
something
could.
else
There
in.
are actually a lot of
Anything in the lore of Star
evils.
Wars that's ancient and that the Jedi's feared.
There was
Besides the
like
Sith.
a race. There was like this insectoid race. There was this
Ooh.
race of like these mechanical people who had something that could not only like block lightsabers, but like. would
Is this coming
completely
from the
go
books
through
that you've
them
read or
something.
from original
These are from
canon?
the books that
So
I've
it's
read.
not
Yeah,
good.
so they're
Probably not.
they're gonna come up with a completely new.
I mean,
Alright,
it'd
alright.
be cool if they would get away
Yeah.
because Star Wars is about Jedi and Sith
We all know that
fighting.
J.J. Abrams likes old
But there's
stuff, but he
other
likes
aspects
putting his
to it.
own spin on it, as we saw in Star Trek too.
We all talked about this, how we pretty much all hated Into Darkness.
Yes.
But you can tell by watching J.J. Abrams' Star Trek movies that he likes Star Wars a lot more.
Yeah, because he made him into that style instead of the boring walking around
Political
dialogue.
Yeah, it's so I have more faith in this than I do in in J.J. Abrams' Star Trek.
movie.
Yeah, which
So I'm going to revisit Spider-Man 2 one more time for you guys, because there's a post-credit scene that was cut that a lot of people were asking me personally. Well, we talked
Why?
about this at work. If and why Norman Osborn isn't around, or why they killed him so quickly. And I guess this is they cut this from the movie, and if you look right there, that's Norman Osborn's head in a frozen container.
I think they mentioned it a few. I think they mentioned it a few times in the movie, that they were implying he was not dead.
Yeah.
In the special folders, whatever he was looking through, it was there. And then also when the guy came back and they zapped his heart.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he mentioned something about it too.
So this is pretty much confirmation. Now, I don't know why they would cut it. Do you guys know? Do you think they thought it would take away from their story or something?
I have no idea.
Maybe
This is
they're
really
trying
crazy.
to set up Norman Osborn to
Who
come back
got
in the
this?
third movie.
Movie pilot got this.
I don't know. As the Hobgoblin? I don't know.
No, don't do that.
If they did that, then
Do they have the?
I mean, I wouldn't
The
mind
whole
seeing
franchise
his
would
body
just
like put on like a
crash.
big robot or something. That'd be kind of weird. But I don't know other logical way you could do
They
it.
did have Alistair Smythe. You can put him on a Spider Slayer.
Do they have
But he is Spider Slayer.
the script
I don't
written?
know. Spider-Man 3 is they're finishing it.
They're
That's what we just
finishing
read
it up?
earlier, and it's supposedly starting production January 2015.
Okay.
So they have something planned for that head.
Maybe maybe DVD.
You could say they're ahead.
Oh,
of
it
the
could be right. Aha!
Yeah. Maybe they need something
All
to sell
right.
DVDs.
Oh, and then one just little thing. Jeff put it in here. He put some pictures in. I don't know. Which did you say? Which ones you put in, Jeff, or did you put all of them in?
Yeah, Rhino, Spider-Man, and.
Okay, so these are some these are the alternate designs from the studio of what they could have looked like.
Yeah,
Yeah, I kind of
Rhinos
like that
looks
Rhino a
cool.
lot
Yeah,
better.
that's cool.
It looks a lot more like the Rhino in the comic book.
Yeah. There's some
I just
other
don't
designs for
understand why
Rhino.
they want to make him on all fours. Like, why-
Yeah,
why are they
there's
doing
there's kind of more of what
Transformers.
they went to.
that?
That's a cool pick right there.
Yeah.
Rhino head
The
refined
head.
with Paul Giamatti's face in there.
With his stitching.
Here's some
tattoo
more.
Ultimate Spider-Man.
You got the Spider-Man ones in there. Here's the alternate designs, what they were thinking about doing, and their gloves.
I really liked the Spider-Man that they went with in the movie.
Yeah, it's a
'cause-
classic
'cause
one.
I-
Very classic.
Yeah, and
Very classic.
it was a lot close. I liked the Sam Raimi Spider-Man costume. I really loved, and
That
I
was cool,
liked
too.
that it looked more like that than the first one. Because in the first Amazing Spider-Man, it had the weird texture,
Yeah.
and the color looked weird.
It looked like a spandex suit, just like
It looked like a
plastic
bedazzled
spandex.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird, and I liked this one. It looked how I
Here's some
wanted
Green
it to.
Goblin alternate.
That's Green Goblin?
Yeah.
That looks like a giant ape.
It looks like something from Gears of War.
Yeah.
So there you go. Exciting. So yeah, there you go. There's some alternate designs. Apparently they didn't have any alternate designs for Electro. They just went with the purple guy the whole
Blue.
time.
Did he remind you of
Mr. Freeze?
No, Dr. Manhattan?
Yeah, no, there were like
Yes.
5
Yeah,
times in that
yeah,
movie. I was like,
especially when he
Yes.
was teleporting and stuff.
Yeah.
oh, and he was reconstructing
Yeah.
his body, and it was like he rebuilt
I
himself.
couldn't get over that. That was
I was,
another
I was,
thing.
yeah, I kept saying that. I was like, this looks just like Watchmen.
Yeah.
All right, trailer time. So we get to relax and watch some fun trailers.
Cool.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #2 official trailer. Okay. Here we go.
crime, violence, and fear have run rampant. Our great city is being destroyed. People want justice restored to this world. People want heroes, Miss O'Neill. But heroes are not born. They're created. That's what your father and I were trying to do. Create heroes.
No, whoa, chill. It's just a mask. See? Don't freak out. Right?
Say what we may, but I have a feeling this is going to be one of the highest grossing movies this summer just because so many damn kids are going to go see it.
Yeah.
I know.
Just
Nickelodeon
old
movies.
fans, but like new kids who are like the newer newborn. That's
Well, yeah, because there's the
I'm gonna poo-poo all over it,
what
but
is it,
you
the
know.
Nickelodeon?
Yeah, the new Nickelodeon.
So there's
sort
all
of
the
like
kids that watch
CGI,
that are
yeah.
going to be psyched to go see.
Cool.
night.
Any thoughts about the new stuff that we saw? More of Raphael Donatello.
It
Besides
doesn't
the-
make me any more excited for this movie.
It kind of doesn't, no. 'cause
We got-
they don't look
Good. They just
Yeah.
look.
We
Yeah.
did a show a
think
couple
they're
weeks
trying to
ago.
look
Yeah.
realistic.
We did a
But
show
they
a couple
just-
weeks ago where a fan did some what they should have looked like, and it looked
Yeah.
amazing.
Where they did like the rounded nose and
Yeah.
stuff like that. and they
So we
took away
basically
the
got more
nostrils.
Raphael with more do-rag.
Yeah, 100% more do-rag.
Yeah, do-rag. And then we got Donatello
with the
his
duck lips
duck
and
lips
the hipster glasses.
and the hipster glasses. Yeah, and his voice sounded a little weird too.
Yeah. All right. So we have some Godzilla. This is what we liked. This is actually one of the movies we're all excited about.
Yeah.
Which ones did we do? Just shot them at me.
Oh, I never saw that picture.
Oh, by the way, did you guys?
I love the new design of Godzilla.
Yeah, he looks amazing.
All the
Did,
Japanese
looks
fat
very-
shaming the new
Yes.
Godzilla.
Yeah, I read about that.
Yes.
did you guys see where there's a quote from Japanese people that said Godzilla, the American Godzilla,
We were
looked
just
fat?
talking about that. Yeah, they supersized him. Is what they said. They supersized
Like
him.
what?
That
Okay.
is
Yeah.
hilarious.
I think they're just a little. bigger.
You didn't put the Let Them Fight, right? Let Them Fight is a if you want to see
Massive
it,
spoiler.
I'll put it
Yeah.
in the post credits, but it's a big spoiler. So if you don't want spoilers, don't watch that one. The Muto? Did you get Muto? And this is my job, and you need to get out of here. Yeah. Okay. So this is a little teaser. It's only
High-risk mission. That train out there is a national asset, not Amtrak. We good to go? Just about.
From the look of the casings on those Minutemen ICBMs, I'm guessing the digital module's been bypassed and you're prepping for full analog retrofit.
This is my jaw supposed to drop. I get it, you're EOD, but I already got my crew and they know what they're doing.
Aim the pointy end at the monsters, right, Sarge?
When was the last time you let one of your guys put their fingers in a live bomb? Look, this is what I do. This is my job. Master Sergeant! My family's in the city. Okay, I need to get on that train.
and one more. This one is
Are we at full function?
Yes, we are. But perhaps we should be drawing down to be safe.
You take us offline. Now, Joe, we gotta talk
Do it
about
now.
Wind it down.
Tension off. Mi pesa runda. Sandra. Sandra.
We're turning back. Let's go. Oh my God. Joe, are you there? Joe, there's been a breach. We're heading back to the containment shield.
Sandra, listen to me. You need to get out of there.
Run. If there's been a reactor breach, you won't last 5 minutes with or without the suits. Do you hear me?
I hear you. We're coming.
I'll meet them down there myself. Put the safety doors on manual override.
Joe, I cannot do that. Keep the doors open. My wife is still in there.
Ooh. Really good. Beautiful. So that comes out next week. One more week.
I got requested my day off.
Yeah,
so
Rachel's gonna have fun. We're gonna do it. All right. Would you like to see a behind-the-scenes teaser for live-action Akira?
Yes.
Yes. This is a fan-made. This isn't the one they've been trying to work on for a while. The
We're not.
official studio
Let's
one.
not talk about.
Let's not talk about.
Let's not talk. Let's pretend that that's not happening.
Okay, so this is it's called the Akira Project Production Journal. Somebody discuss. That'll be cool.
That's this month.
That is this month.
That's this month.
I think it'll be on YouTube, probably. I assume since it's a fan film.
Well, when they're probably trying to
Should we go
find a
back and look at it real
distribution.
quick?
No,
Let's see
they're probably trying to find a distributor.
They should have done a Kickstarter. I'm sure people would love to do it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Is this going to be a full-length movie?
I think it's just a short.
It's a short.
It is a short.
It's a
right?
short. It says up at the top.
Live action film has been developed at Warner Brothers. Oh, yeah. See, it's not. This is not the Warner Brothers.
Yeah, it's a teaser trailer for the short that you can check out here.
There you go. So that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to that. How to Dragon Train Your How Dragon Train Your How to Train Your Dragon 2 clip. This one's called Stormfly Fetch. Now, do you think this is the one you saw, Gio, at the thing?
The clip?
Yeah.
No, I saw like the first 10 to 15 minutes, 10 minutes or something like that.
So there's only a minute, so let's watch it real quick.
Do we go back? We've nowhere to go, nothing to sell, and no heads to call our own. If we don't turn up with dragons and fast!
Careful what you wish for! Aries, son of Aries!
What is this?
A kidnapping. Yay, can he ride with me, can he? Can he? You're gonna show us the way to Drago.
And help dragon riders sneak into Drago's camp? Just kill me now.
That could be arranged. Stormfly, drop it!
Huh?
Good girl! Stormfly, fetch!
All right, okay, I'll take you to Drago!
Works every time.
Ah, Jesus, that's loud. Okay, thank you. All right, so that was cool. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if you guys are.
I know. I still haven't seen the first one. So.
First one was good. Just check it out.
I know. I
know.
I know.
I know.
Anyone watch the TV show?
Oh, was it a TV show or was it just like a series of
No, it was
like
a TV
shorts?
show.
No, it was a TV show. Yeah. It
Was it
turned
same
into
animation?
TV shows.
Same animation?
Same animation,
Hmm.
same story, same.
Interesting.
Characters.
I think it even had the actors. It's one of the actors, right?
I think one of the actors.
Not the guy that played Hiccup. Too expensive.
Actually, I feel he would be the least expensive. out of the
Jay
whole group.
Baruchel,
At this
yeah.
point?
It's not like he's a household.
Yeah.
All right, so we have some promo videos for Disney's Maleficent with some new footage. Do you have all of them? Which ones do you have? 1 and 2. All right. Promo number 1. Oh, geez, are you not excited about this? Okay.
Movie Surfers goes behind the scenes of the latest Disney movie, Maleficent, the story of the most powerful.
It's a good observation, actually. It is what they're trying to do.
Yes, I mean, Snow White.
Movie Surfers goes behind the scenes of the latest Disney movie, Maleficent, the story of the.
Yeah, that one was.
Oh,
It looks
so some
pretty.
new creatures, yeah.
Looks like
The
Avatar.
effects look pretty good.
Yeah, the effects are really good.
That looks like
That's not the
Avatar.
problem.
Yeah.
That looks like Avatar.
Yeah, it does. Who's with that voice?
I know, it's like the Siri voice.
Yeah.
This way to the enchanted voice.
I'd rather have her voice to Siri.
There is no such thing. No power on earth can change it. Maleficent. Rated PG.
Yeah, what? That is a weird voice.
Rated PG. So.
Oh, we did have one more. I'm sorry. Go back. All right, so that was number 1 and number 2. Before I hit number 2, did you guys like that one?
I did not like it.
The effects look good, but it's still a story of Sleeping Beauty.
Maybe. From what I hear, it's going to be an alternate reality.
Movie Surfers goes behind the scenes of the latest Disney movie, Maleficent, the story of the most powerful of all Disney villains. Don't be afraid.
I am not afraid.
Then come out.
Then you'll be afraid.
We are here with Maleficent herself, Angelina Jolie. So what is the best part of getting to play this iconic Disney villain?
Oh, it's so much fun. She is elegant, beautiful, and a little wicked. Oh dear. You know, I have my horns, which I love, and then I didn't want to take them off. I wanted to wear them all the time. She's my favorite Disney character. How wonderful.
We get to see a totally different side of her than we did in Sleeping Beauty. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
You learn why she became who she is. You may look at the original movie in a new light, and that's part of the fun of it.
Stay away! Can you tell us a little bit about Diaval?
He's a bird, and he is everybody's fantasy best friend. She can turn Diaval into anything she wants, including a man.
What have you done to my beautiful self?
But he always morphs into something that's strangely bird-like.
I did enjoy being the horse.
He's a great wingman.
What do you think kids are going to enjoy most about this movie?
I think in Disney tradition, it's got a world that you've never seen before, stunning creatures, a lot of really cool action, and it is just wicked fun.
Thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you.
Maleficent, coming to theaters May 30th, rated PG.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a alternate thing. I think this is going to definitely show. I think the scenes we've seen that look. I think the scenes we've seen that show her in the original Sleeping Beauty sense of when she's casting spells and things like that. I think that's going to be like kind of a when the king is telling his daughter what she is. Like, this is what she did. She put a curse on you and all this stuff. And then we're going to see the reality
it's gonna be a.
I didn't do that. Like, what are you talking about? Like, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But then, what kind of message is that sending though? It's like, yeah, we did this to this person, but you know, and they lied about it. So you're just gonna rebel against your father and not even like listen to everything he says.
Yes.
That's essentially the message
Have you seen The Little Mermaid?
And then people wonder why.
Well, I'm just saying.
Problems.
I'm just saying. I think that's what it's going to be, but I could be wrong. And finally, for movie stuff, we have one more, or not one more, TV spot for the X-Men Days of Future Past. And this focuses on the Sentinels. That's why I thought it was interesting.
Cool.
So, oh, which one did you get, Jeff? First one. Thank you.
Second one looks like the clip.
Yeah, it's like
I call them Sentinels. They can adapt to any target. The world's greatest threat.
In the beginning, they were targeting mutants. Then they began targeting everyone.
Will face the world's most powerful team.
I need to bring us together. All the X-Men.
Everything that happens now is in our hands.
X-Men Days of Future Past.
What's the matter? You don't think I look pretty like this?
13 in Realty 3D and large format theaters. May 20th.
Anyways, that's a cool little thing.
What they're gonna do with the whole X-Men, Spider-Man, and the Marvel universe is that they're gonna try to remake it with this next movie, like the Days of Future Past thing. They're changing history.
But it's
changing
Fox.
the past.
They're not. What can they do?
Yeah, but like Still, though, I'm sure Marvel's like talking to them, saying, "Hey, we want to get X-Men back under."
That's
our
been
wing,
the
Spider-Man
hope
back
of
under
all
our wing,
geeks
so
and
we
nerds
gotta-
everywhere since day one that they would all come to an agreement and do a one-off or something.
Yeah.
You know.
And the thing is, I mean, these superhero movies are money makers.
Yeah,
and
guaranteed.
every studio is like, no, this is my money, mine. This
Yeah.
is my money maker.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, those are my hopes. I
Yeah,
hope
because
that
because
this
every
sort of
studio
links
wants
the
to
universe
be
together.
the main studio. Everyone,
Well,
yeah.
it's not gonna happen because Marvel is now the main studio.
Well, that's not true because I feel Legendary Pictures is making their name with original content
Mhm.
and kind of making their own thing. I mean, they had Pacific Rim
yeah,
online,
Pacific Rim was great.
and then they have Godzilla coming up, and they were actually the studio in talk for Mass Effect, that they were going to produce a Mass Effect movie.
But as far as comic book movies or characters, I think. Right, original properties is great. They do a good job. Yeah.
Legendary didn't they do Nolan's Batman trilogy?
Yeah, no, that was Warner Brothers.
Syncope.
Yeah.
Warner Brothers, yeah. And then Warner Brothers is
Legendary
I think,
did Hellboy.
Yeah, Legendary did Hellboy, and there's Warner Brothers and Legendary are sort of like they kind of do a lot together. And they're bringing Interstellar, which is Christopher.
Oh, that's
Nolan's
Christopher
new,
Nolan. Yeah.
new film.
Which we still haven't seen anything from. Right?
Yeah.
There's a trailer.
No, there isn't. There's a trailer coming out during Godzilla.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I've seen a trailer for it though. It was like a really early
It was
teaser.
just a teaser, but it wasn't like it didn't show anything.
No, it didn't show anything.
It was
in
just
the
a
actual
dialogue.
movie.
We watched it. Yeah, it was just the dialogue.
I'm really excited for that.
Oh,
too.
it was a Super Bowl trailer. That's what it was. Yeah. All right. So, anyways, that's all the trailers for the movies coming out this week in theaters. This Friday, we got Legends of Oz: Dorothy's Return.
Is this the animated one with Leah Michele?
Yeah. Okay, we're not gonna see that. And Neighbors.
Which I've heard is actually really good.
I've heard really good stuff
Really?
about that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because when I saw the
yeah,
trailer,
it surprised
I was like,
me, but I've heard
yeah.
I've heard that it's probably one
Seth
of the funniest
Rogen, Zac
movies of the
Efron,
year.
Rose Byrne.
Most Seth Rogen movies are pretty funny. Most of them.
And then we have Chef.
That's limited screening.
Limited screen, LA and New York. So yeah, Jon Favreau. So if you live in LA and New York, go check it out. I don't know. It's one of those. I guess it won some awards at the some indie film festival.
Got a lot of people in it.
It's about, I guess he's a top chef and he kind of likes to experiment with his food, but the restaurant doesn't like it, so he kind of buys a food, like a roach coach.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he kind of goes out on his own.
Oh, is that like sort of like
He buys a food
real,
truck.
like based on true story?
Yeah.
Because there was like the guy who has all the food trucks around.
Yeah,
here
there
now.
might be. It might be based off of like.
And then
one of those.
today you can finally go out, Rachel, and pick up your copy. Of
Oh, I got mine in the mail.
Oh, you got.
I got
it?
mine. My Kickstarter copy.
Yay. So have you seen it yet?
I
too?
did. I
Yeah.
did see it.
I
I enjoyed
I
it.
we all
really
see
liked it.
Did
It
you
was
see
really
Iron
good.
Force? Did you follow the original show? Okay, well.
It was good, man. It was a nice.
I did too.
It was
I liked
yeah.
it.
It was. It felt like it didn't feel like they tried to make Veronica Mars more serious or like more gritty. It felt like an episode of the show.
Really long
it had
episode.
An extended episode. Yeah.
yeah.
it
It had everything
It was
that
true
I
to
wanted.
its original form.
And
I
it
liked
was nice to see like that kind of action like on the big screen, and it was like it was
Where they
different.
could do more with
yeah.
it than they would have done on the TV
yeah,
show.
it was different. Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, let's move on to some TV news. There's no casting this week, but we have a couple production notes. So, the Star Wars so the question was asked this week on Geek Tyrant. This is what I was kind of alluding to earlier when we were talking Star Wars. Will Star Wars Rebels, the animated TV series, and Episode 7 be connected? So, and I guess the thesis is they will, because the characters they're creating Rebels will be around in Episode 7. So there you go. So if you want a little bit of a preview of what's going to happen, I guess you should watch this.
Is Rebels supposedly taking place after
Between
Clone Wars series?
After Episode 6.
So
Return of the
Clone
Jedi.
Wars
Okay.
and Rebels. Clone Wars is part of canon, like officially.
The animated series?
Yes.
It was part of canon. Yes. Yes. Okay. Yes, it was. This is too, apparently. This is a direct connection. This is going to happen in that 30 years between Return of the Jedi and Episode 7.
It's going to kind of bridge the gap.
I guess, and it's going to be an
I don't
animation.
want to have to watch this.
Damn it! I didn't want to watch this.
I'm pretty sure the movie as itself will stand alone, and you won't need to.
This will be just be a
Yeah.
superfluous
Yeah.
like information.
Mhm.
Just be sort of one of those things. It's like, oh yeah, that was the person on the TV show.
So John Morton, who is, I don't know. Oh, he played Luke Skywalker's gunner in The Empire Strikes Back. I don't know why he's talking to anybody.
The guy
Dak, the guy who dies.
Yeah, the guy who dies on Hoth.
So here's.
I just saw this.
Apparently, he has some inside info on Star Wars Rebels. So here's his quote: "Rebels is the key. Rebels will provide the link to bring in the continuity from Clone Wars, the original trilogy, and the prequels to enable Lucasfilm and Disney to tee up Episode 7. He says, if you want my informed opinion, it will enable Episode 7 to leapfrog over the whole trilogy." That's a bold statement.
What?
"The key that is going to make this work is Rebels. Rebels will set up and point to the direction for Episode 7. The characters they're creating Rebels will be around Episode 7. There you go.
I mean, this may or may not be true. This guy may or may not be like a reliable source, but
I don't trust the guy who died on the planet.
Dak.
Yeah.
Who failed Luke Skywalker.
Yeah.
Sci-fi. Rachel should be happy. I don't know if you've ever watched or read Ronin.
No.
Okay, so it's another Frank Miller property, and Sci-Fi is going to adapt it into a miniseries.
Is Frank Miller tied to it? Because if anything, like Spirit.
I mean, Frank Miller should not be actually making movies or TV shows. He should.
Wait, whoa. Darren Aronofsky, what?
Yeah.
It's
he
just
tried to adapt it earlier in their feature film. See, it says it was published over the course of 6 weeks between 83 and 84. Legendary warrior, the Ronin, a dishonored, masterless 13th century samurai who is mystically given a second chance to avenge his master's death. It sounds like 47 Ronin.
It does.
Right? I don't know. 8 centuries after the Japanese Ronin samurai failed to protect his master from a demon, he awakens in a futuristic, nihilistic New York in the body of Billy, a medical experiment. Now Billy and Ronin is chasing the demon, which has reawakened. Both parties want control of the sword with magical properties and will stop nothing to get it back. Huh.
I'd watch this if it were an anime. I probably would not watch
It's a live action.
a sci-fi original series about it.
Sci-fi original Ronin.
Yeah, anime, like real-time adaptations of animes never really pan out like 100%.
No.
Nope.
Well, we'll see that with Edge of Tomorrow. See if that stands out to the original.
But they're really not. They are really kind of shying away from the fact that Edge of Tomorrow is based on a manga.
Yeah, I heard nothing
they
about it
mentioned,
until Rachel
They
told me.
mentioned the original script was called that. The original
It's
script
All You
was
Need Is
called
Kill?
All You Need Is
Oh.
Kill. Yeah, that's how they named it. Yeah.
Well. All right, so Halo fans, me.
I'm a Halo fan.
Are you a Halo fan? Okay, good. Steven Spielberg. So his Halo series was I didn't read all of this, but it was originally scheduled just to be an Xbox programming original because Xbox is making their own network now, kind of like Netflix. It was originally going to air on that, and now apparently it's going to be on Showtime. It's making a deal with Xbox Entertainment Studios, so I assume it's going to be both. It's if they're making a deal, it's going to probably air on both for people that don't have an Xbox One and can't watch it.
That's gonna be interesting if it's a lot like Forward into Dawn.
It'll probably be a higher quality than Forward into Dawn if it's coming to if it's coming to Showtime. Forward Unto Dawn was okay for what it was. It was basically a YouTube series. I mean, that Machinima did. I liked it. Did you guys see Forward Unto Dawn?
That's on Netflix, right?
It's on Netflix
Okay,
right
I'll
now.
have to
Yeah.
watch it,
You
yeah.
should watch it. It's not bad.
Machinima. This was real time. This was like a real action.
It was a Machinima property. That's where it aired.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I liked it. It was okay.
Wait, is it a Halo thing?
What?
Yeah.
Forward Unto Dawn?
Yeah.
That was Halo. Yeah.
Is Master Chief in it?
Yes.
Okay, we'll watch it then.
Yes. It's the precursor to Halo 4, actually. It happens between Halo 3 and Halo 4. All right. Netflix renews Orange is the New Black for another season. So even before season 2 starts in 3 weeks, we've already have been guaranteed to get season 3. So exciting news for all of you Orange is the New Black fans.
Very good show. I loved it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that.
They say it's a lot like Weeds. Is that true?
It's the same people.
Same exact people.
The same girl that did it. The screenwriter from Weeds, I think.
Is it?
Yeah.
Huh. Anyway, it's excellent. Rachel, have you watched it yet? You still?
No, God, I'm still like 3 episodes in. My sister gives me so much shit because I haven't finished it yet.
It's okay. You got 3 weeks.
It's probably. I'm gonna be honest. It's probably not.
Not gonna happen. All right, so let's get into the trailers. Gotham is probably the biggest one of the week. It came out well, in the wee hours of the morning.
Yeah,
I saw it last night before I went to bed. Yeah. So here we. Oh, it came out. I'm sorry, it's wrong. It came out during 24, the premiere, because I was watching 24 last night. By the way, really good. I don't know if you guys were a fan of 24. We talked about.
My
this
mom
before,
really
right?
liked 24, so.
This one's good. It touches on every new meme that there is out there in government right now. Drones, spying, all that stuff. So, and it kind of shows both sides of it. Jack Bauer is actually on still kind of like he's got this government mentality, even though he's a fugitive. Saying, and Chloe is now a rebel. She's like a hacker. That's
she's like
for the Black Ops.
She looks like punk hacker
She
girl.
does look like
that's like the cool thing
she's
now.
even got like her black eyes that are like turned up with the mascara. I'm just like, what are they doing? Okay. So here's the Gotham official. Actually, this is the extended trailer. So.
I love this city, and I see it going to hell. Sometimes I think this place is cursed, but I won't let it fall apart without a fight.
Citizens of Gotham, we will not, we cannot let these killers and these robbers and these rapists and these thugs win. Not on my watch.
There is a war coming. A terrible war. There will be chaos. Rivers of blood in the streets, I know it.
It's my new partner, Jim Gordon.
You have a little danger in your eye. I wonder what you plan to do with that.
You killed people before?
That was war. This is war. We're at war.
What's your name?
My name's Bruce Wayne.
I promise you, I will find the man who did this.
I'm learning to conquer fear.
Fear doesn't need conquering. Fear tells you where the edge is.
Somebody has to take over. It might as well be me.
Gotham is on a knife edge.
This is not a city for nice guys.
Stop or I'll shoot!
However dark and scary the world might be right now, there will be light. There will be light. Bruce.
Felt like before all these there was Gordon, but it says Gotham. Were you guys getting that feel?
Yeah.
They even showed him.
Before everything was cool, there was Gotham.
And we're going to show you that.
So what, are they trying to make it seem like Jim Gordon's the reason Bruce became Batwoman at that one scene?
I don't know if they're going to try that. They might. He's planting the seeds, maybe. All right.
Or is this the Rebels?
So this is the full trailer for Rebels, which apparently, supposedly now links.
In a time of darkness, when fear ruled the heroes will rise, destinies will collide. Who is that king? And a rebellion will ignite.
Get ready.
Now!
Who are you guys?
We're a team.
What part of Blast Them did you not understand?
Troopers, focus your fire on the Jedi.
Star Wars Rebels. Join the rebellion. Premieres this fall on Disney XD.
Inquisitor, I have encountered a rebel cell.
You did well to call.
Hi, my name is Vanessa Marshall.
And no one cares. So, anyways, so you can say what you just said, Rachel, because no one heard you.
What?
About how it looks better.
How it looks better, how...
Doesn't look as what they normally
clunky,
show.
kind of like the blocky
Yeah.
CGI that a lot of, that like plagues a lot of like children's TV shows that they choose to do in
They don't give a
CG
crap about usually.
instead of in with a traditional hand-drawn animation.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. All right, so just one little thing, unless you had a last-second thought.
No, it's slow.
Kind of slow. All right, so Sailor Moon coming out this summer, their new series. We have the character art for that, and we originally saw this
one. The key visual, and then we had the cast announcements.
Here. looks pretty close almost to the original.
Yeah, it looks like kind of in the middle of like the original anime designs and then like the actual manga designs. I like that it still looks like shoujo animation.
Yeah.
But kind of more updated.
What? I love that one. So who are the sailors again? Can we go back and name them?
So we have
Moon,
Sailor Moon, and then was it Jupiter?
Jupiter. This is Venus, right? Or no?
I don't remember.
Venus was orange. Actually, these are kind of new costumes. Maybe that's why I can't kind of.
Maybe they're showing them in like school
Yeah.
uniform.
Well, yeah, because they're showing them in like the civilian and then like in
And
the Sailor
there's-
Scout
and the
outfits.
Sailor.
Anyone else notice that like all the civilian skirts are like super long, but like when they go,
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait a minute. Wait, this one's like super baggy. Shouldn't even fit.
The baggy ass sweater and then.
Whoa! Wait, let me go back. Well, that's actually that's
that
cool.
one
And
was-
it's not.
was,
Yeah.
but
Then.
the Sailor Moon and Sailor Jupiter were the same way.
Oh yeah. Jeez. Jeez. They're kind of making a contrast here, or what?
That's their superpower.
The power of short skirts.
So what is this? This is what's July 5th, I think. It's the weekend of Anime Expo, so I'll probably end up watching it there. What sucks, it's going to be on Nico Nico. It's not
Are they
going to
premiere at an Anime Expo?
I don't know. It does.
That'd be
It's
cool.
Yeah, they probably will.
July
probably,
5th.
Yeah, July 5th. So yeah, it's going to
The
be
first and
26
third
episodes, but it's going to be every other Friday or every other Saturday, which is weird.
On Nico Duga?
Yeah, which
that?
is a subscription. It's a subscription site, but I've never heard of it until Sailor Moon's.
They're not never on
so-
Crunchyroll?
No, Crunchyroll. Not yet, at least.
Gosh. Well, it looks
I don't
great.
know.
Animation
Considering,
looks great.
I don't know, what's on the docket for like this summer in anime is kind of disheartening. It's all sequels to things.
So
I
that's
don't
the
like.
only bright spot.
Yeah, it's like the shining star in the midst of like things
Sailor
I
Moon,
don't
you've come through again.
care about.
All right. And last little thing before we wrap up. Disney has released apps for Star Wars Episode 1 through 7. And what does that mean? Well,
Pictures?
for
Pictures?
$6.99, you can own the first one. It's called Star Wars Journeys: The Phantom Menace. So.
I'm sorry, what are these pictures?
Is it
It's
like
an app.
Is it like Pottermore where you just kind of go through the story?
Yes. It's an enhanced story experience.
Whatever.
So just
An
watch
immersive.
the-
Oh, I'm sorry. Immersive storytelling experience that you can't do in print format.
Whatever happened to making all the old Star Wars movies in 3D?
They
Like,
did.
they
Didn't
did
they do
They
that?
did that
first one?
with the Phantom Menace, and they were supposed to do.
I think it flopped so
2 and
bad.
3
Didn't it
also,
flop
right?
so bad that they didn't want to do it, or no? Oh no. Well, I think they got bought. Isn't that what happened? They got bought by Disney.
Yeah, no, they
Oh,
got they got bought by Disney, and
Disney probably
Disney
was
was
like,
like, "We're not going to do this. We're going to make more
We're
Star
gonna
Wars."
make more. We don't need to go back and redo it. Yeah. So.
We don't need to revise old stuff until we've
Right.
gotten all the new stuff out.
I would have liked to see like a well done conversion of the original trilogy in 3D though. Just because then I would get to see it in theaters.
Right. You would get to go see it again. All right. So that's it for our news, guys. We got some picks. Anybody want to go through, or should I just talk about my?
Yeah, I don't really have
Anybody
anything.
Got anything they want to talk about? Okay, I went to Free Comic Book Day. Woo! And there you go. There's their logo. That's been the same logo now for the last 3 years. I have to say, they need to change it up. So the first one I love. I've already read it. It's kind of a precursor to the real one. It's All You Need Is Kill. We were just talking about
it's an American adaptation of the
Yep.
manga that the Edge of Tomorrow is based on.
Yeah.
Yes, and Viz Media, Heiko Soru is going to be doing it, I guess. And it has explicit content, which actually, does it have explicit? I don't remember
Did you take
seeing
your
explicit
kids to
content.
Free Comic Book Day?
I took my kid, yeah.
Did you guys dress up?
No. I had to go to work that day, so I had to just it was like a hit and run. I had to get in and get my stuff and get out. Yeah. There were like 20 comics, but literally they were like, give you a bag, and they're like, pick 4, and then they staple your bag when you're done. You can walk out the store, but you can't put any more in, you know? Yeah. So I got kind of like the low last pickings, but actually this one I bought.
I wanted to read the Serenity one because that was
the guy told me that was the first one. To
yeah,
go.
I'm sure because it's an actual sequel to the movie.
This is Bleeding Cool. I guess they're they're kind of a magazine, I guess, but they gave away a free issue to. Oh, here's some tattoos if you guys want. That kind of like profiles comic book movies and comics and everything like that. So that's kind of cool. I think they usually charge like $2 for it, but it was free today, so that's cool. Power Rangers, based on the original Power Rangers. I was actually read it, and it's even got the horrible like dialogue.
Scene where they've got
It's got the horrible dialogue in it too.
Nice. Does it have Scud and?
It's got Bulk and Skull.
Bulk and Skull.
It's got Bulk and Skull. I think the first panel Let me go back and look.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oh, and they're in the
That's
flying
the-
beetle. They're in the rad bug or whatever
Yeah.
it's called.
Oh,
It's bad, but I just had to grab it. And then
It's
actually,
so bad it's awesome. Is what it
this is my favorite one. This is a new series, which the first comic it's a weekly series that's gonna be instead of monthly. It's coming out tomorrow. This is number 0. It's called Future's End, based on the New 52. All the characters.
For a second, I thought that was Batman Beyond.
I thought that was Batman. Is that not?
It is Batman
Well,
Beyond.
it's
Oh, it
New
is?
It is.
52.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's the New
Also-
52 version of Batman Beyond.
Oh, okay.
So basically, the premise is I've already read through it. It's pretty cool.
That's
First one comes out tomorrow.
cyborg people down at the bottom?
Yes. It starts out in a
robot
very.
science.
It starts
Is that
out
a
in
robot one? Is that
It starts
Cyborg
out in
Wonder
a
Woman?
future. Yeah, it starts out in a future where all the hero. You have an old Flash with a beard, which looks pretty cool. So all the heroes are basically fighting this entity that's turning everybody into like cyborgs with his one eye. It's like kind of like a. If you ever seen Star Trek, the Borg. Yeah, so it's kind of that mentality where they're assimilating.
Okay, so
everybody.
like the Cybermen from Doctor Who.
Yeah,
So
they're assimilating every hero, and the only ones left in the very end of this prequel is Batman and the Batman Beyond Batman.
So the
Terry
cyborg
McGinnis.
cyborg get 2 eyes instead of 1?
Well, some of them only have one eye, as you can see. That's his logo.
But I'm
It
talking
looks
about
like they rip
cyborg.
out his
Oh,
spine in it.
oh, Cyborg.
Yeah.
Yeah, they don't. I don't actually know if they even show him in here.
Yeah, there
Is
is.
Cyborg here? No, that's Green Lantern.
So
That's Green Lantern, and that's
That's
Hawk
oh, that's
Girl.
Sean
That's
Stewart.
Hawk Girl.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, at the very end, the premise is they have to go back in time to stop Bruce Wayne, spoiler, from ever creating this thing that pretty much took over everything. And they barely make it out alive. Batman, the original Batman's supposed to go back and do it, but he doesn't. He gets assimilated at the last second, so Terry has to go back and do it.
Okay.
Cool.
So this is going to be a weekly series that starts tomorrow, so I'm excited for that one. And I bought this one. It's just the next installment into the Injustice Gods Among Us.
That is good. I've read that.
Yeah, I have not read this one yet. I've only read one, too. This is a monthly one, and it follows the Injustice series, which is based on the video game.
Yeah.
But
Basically, what happens in this is.
well, don't tell me.
I'm not gonna get any
Don't
spoilers.
ruin it.
What are you
It's
doing?
Gambit versus Superman in this.
Ooh, wow, weird. That's a weird one. Wait, what Gambit? What did you say?
Gambit.
Oh, Gambit. I'm like, what? There's no Gambit in DC. So there's that one too. And I got some cool little stickers. Yay! So that's the stuff that I got this week. Free Comic Book Day. It was fun. I don't really have a report from it. I went in and grabbed my stuff and got out. It was really crowded.
What store did you go to?
Fat Collectibles over here in Anaheim.
Okay.
There's also a Fat Collectibles in Huntington Beach, which I was going to go to. But let me just say, this year's, it's getting really crazy out there at Free Comic Book Day.
Yeah,
More
I
and
saw
more
the
people-
pictures from Fat Collectibles from Huntington Beach on Facebook. And
More and more people are becoming comic book fans which is a good thing, I guess. It's going to be more readership and everything.
I
But
think that's because Fat Collectibles gives out free stuff.
that means Comic-Con's going to be a nightmare this year.
like last year, I went to Free Comic Book Day and I stood in line for maybe 10, 15 minutes, just kind of like lining up because they let people in periodically, let them do the thing, and get out. This year, it wrapped around the building, and I sat in line for almost an hour. And so I was just like, "Whoa, this is getting out of control all of a sudden." So I don't know if it's just good marketing on that comic book store, if this is the way we're going in general, which I don't mind, but it just kind of means more people to fight now for stuff.
Yeah.
Last year's Free Comic Book Day was kind of cool because it landed on May 4th.
It did. It was
Yeah.
May the 4th, and it was
Yeah.
Free Comic Book Day, yeah. Which it'll land again next year on that, I think. No, it'll be May 2nd next year.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, so that's it for you guys. Do you guys want to talk about anything?
No,
Pump anything?
go
pimp
check
anything?
out the WonderCon video.
Oh, yeah, go check out our WonderCon video that we teased early in the show. It's really cool. 10 minutes
I'm
long.
waiting
not really
waiting
long.
to see if I get approval for my press pass for Anime Expo.
Right.
So
Right. You're going to go to Anime Expo. I'm going to probably go to Anime Expo. Me and Gerard for sure are going to Long Beach Comic Con Expo, which is May 31st and June 1st in Long Beach, California. $15, really cheap to get in. Really cool, fun, small.
Tickets
one.
just on sale now?
Tickets on sale right now.
Okay, maybe I'll buy some and go.
So that's going to be fun. We're going to do that.
We couldn't get press for that?
We did. They only gave us 2 passes.
Oh.
That's why me and Gerard. Sorry, buddy.
Fine, then I'll buy my ticket.
It's only $15. And then willingly, I got my fingers crossed. I put in our application already. We're going to be going to E3. So we'll see how that goes.
Cool.
I put in our application.
Can I
So
go?
look forward to that. No, you can't go. And that's it. Nothing else, guys?
well,
Oh,
just
you
real
want to
quick
do
one.
anything? Oh, yeah, you
I
want to
don't
plug
know
your YouTube show or YouTube channel?
Well, that's still in work. That's like
He's gonna
years
do.
away
He's
from
gonna do animation.
being ready.
Okay.
But yeah, just because I know a lot of people really didn't like the Superior Spider-Man, and the comic book like that.
Oh, that one's good. That's the one where Doc Ock takes over his brain.
Yeah, all my Spider-Man
good.
friends hated it.
But
okay.
like, yeah,
Sorry.
a lot of people actually stopped reading Spider-Man, so I just wanted to promote the relaunch of Amazing Spider-Man
Right.
1.
That just came
out. It feels like he never left. Like Peter Parker's back. He's better than ever. He has so much that he has to.
But
deal
they're
with.
still gonna do the Superior Spider-Man series, right? They're still doing that. They ended it.
Superior Spider-Man.
It's over. That's
gone.
it. Oh.
They might still
forey into
have
this,
like
or
the
no?
Superior Foes of Spider-Man, and they might have the Superior Spider-Man team up for a little longer too. But yeah,
So
Superior
right now,
Spider-Man's
there's
gone.
only one arc of Spider-Man out there. It's just the Amazing Spider-Man.
And
that's
it just started like this week. Didn't
Yeah,
it?
I saw it when I went to Free Comic Day. It was like seeing there. It's him like without his mask.
his derpy
swinging.
face.
There were some better variant covers.
So go check that out. And that's it for us. You can get in touch with us at Cycron.com, our website. Please check out everything there. Our authors and writers work very hard on their content. And we will be doing a few special things, like we said, over the summer, although it's going to probably slow down here in a couple weeks. We have 2 more shows here, and then we are done. Our last show actually falls. I think I'm trying to get it at the comic book store, but they said we might have to do it in the summer just because they have a couple events coming up. But either way, we're going to do a kind of a cool production, not live show, but pre-recorded show there, and then air it later. I don't know if that's going to be on the 20th or not, so we'll have to figure that one out. Either way, we got 2 more shows, and then we're going to go on hiatus for a bit, guys. It's been great. And you can check out our YouTube channel, Cycron Media Network, on YouTube. And I'm Erik D. Lucas on Twitter. Gio is Rapture Weasel on Snapchat, if you want to send him weird snaps. Rachel is Rachel on the internet. just find her.
Find me.
Just image search. Crop an image right now. No, it's reverse image search on Google. She'll show up somewhere. Isn't there a cool picture of you with Nathan Fillion somewhere? Or is that just on your personal
thing? It's probably online somewhere. There's pictures of me with.
That's one you should put out there, because that one is
with
cool.
random people.
Just randos.
Well, I mean, random celebrities.
Nice.
It's like the picture of me with Joss Whedon at 2:00 in the morning.
What? What?
When he
conversation for another time.
Wow.
Well, yeah, whatever.
All right, make a
let's kill
Tumblr, rachelsrandos.com. rachelsrandos.tumblr.com. Anyways, that's it for us, guys. This has been This Week in Geek for the week of May 2014. We'll see you next week. Thanks. Bye. Hit it. Yeah, go for it.
So there's a Serenity sequel coming?
The Serenity, there was a comic book for